What if I told you Bayonetta 3 will involve traveling to other planets? How are we going today, everyone? My name is Rakunx. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Now, I know some of you are thinking that this is a real stretch, and there is an element that no way that this can happen, but I'm telling you that this can happen. No Man's Sky Bayonetta. Now, I do not think this will be as huge as No Man's Sky or Destiny, but where did this theory spark? We just have to look again at one of Jeanne's weapons. Before I continue, if you haven't followed our Twitch channel, please do click that link on the video or in the description below. We are going to be live, yes, live streaming tomorrow on the 26th of July at 5:30 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. But it will only be on Twitch, so please turn on post notifications for that, and we'd love for you to join us. Also, watch until the end of the video to see the instructions of how to join our beautiful Rakunx Discord. Okay, so back to the theory. A lot of Jeanne's weapons speak more about the lore of Bayonetta, which is a great window and outlet for side information. Now, I do believe Kamiya had interest in making a spin-off game with Jeanne as the main character for the 3DS. Not sure when this will happen, but it's possible for the future. Anyway, we have to look at Yagyu Takemakizuchi's counterpart. I'm sorry if I butchered that. The textbook history of the weapon was that it was created by Radahn originally for Bayonetta, but she didn't like the name. Maybe because, I don't know, maybe it sounded like Wagyu? Bayonetta maybe doesn't like beef? But what really struck me as different was this. Some time ago, Radahn used this hammer during a fight to save a certain planet in crisis. Radahn felt that he had no choice but to join the battle himself and put on a personal display of its power. This tells us two things. One, there is evidence that Radahn and Bayonetta did missions together, and that Bayonetta often declined. And the next one is evidence of interplanetary space travel. Radahn had the ability to travel to other planets. Is there aliens in this Bayonetta universe? Now, remember Radahn's treasure when you wear the scarf and the crown with Takemakizuchi. I think that these Umbran elegances were the items and the features of the past users of each weapon. This is giving me very cool Undertale vibes, which is really interesting. Examples include Inferno Slayer's demon tail and horns mirrored in Shinobu, Angel Slayer's magic hair mirrored in Shiraba's concept art, and maybe the scarf and crown that we see were previously part of Radahn's old outfit. I think it would be a really cool little Easter egg if the Umbran elegances that complemented the weapons were mementos of the previous holder, which is both sad and cool at the same time. Maybe in Bayonetta, when we see these characters, if we ever do, we do get to see the Umbran elegances in their original form. Now let's get back to the big picture. Is it critical for Bayonetta 3? Not that I can see, it's very small, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible. Interplanetary travel in Bayonetta 3 would not match its predecessors. The two games are very Earth-based, but adding the game mechanic of traveling to other planets would make it an extremely large game, which is pretty cool. Platinum Games did mention that Bayonetta 3 is going to be a little bit different. However, what if it's not about the mechanic but more about the story? This would allow it to maintain both its size and its tradition. I don't think the current Switch could handle an MMORPG overworld, let alone online travel to other planets. But remember how we versed Acer at the end, or when we versed Jubelius? Both were able to transport us, quotation marks, into space for a short period of time. Heck, we even punched a goddess into a sun. That could be a small foreshadowing of what direction Bayonetta 3 can go. Also, it can continue this antic of a space fight at the very end. So in saying that, here is my interstellar plot speculation. Potentially around the final quarter of the game, we are in outer space, somehow. Remember, I'll let Kamiya fill in the somehows. So we're in outer space or another planet, or maybe even the moon, because that does fulfill the Fly Me to the Moon song, since planet Earth has no more threats from within, which is debatable. So extraterrestrial threats are another variable for Earth's safety. One of the beings I now do believe in the slightest could come back is Lopta. To me, it won't be as exciting as Eggman or Cheshire, but I think I could live with that. And I do believe that Lopta can come back and Eggman is just the red herring for Bayonetta 3. Anyway, if you do look at the early concepts of Lopta's character, this one stood out to me. This is when it's about to get really interesting. This beautiful rendition of a character which made me think of a potential female antagonist. Could they recycle this design for Bayonetta 3? Game developers tend to do that. It doesn't have to be Lopta again, but seeing this female antagonist that is just as witty and sassy as Bayonetta would be epic. I'd probably end up shipping Jeanne, this character, in Bayonetta. Now, this concept design seemed the most planetary and spatial, celestial-like to me. I think it's because of the ancient hieroglyphs on her that depict how our ancestors could have depicted space. You also have the sun and moon halo behind her head. To be honest, besides Eggman being the full antagonist, what if this character could be a recycled design for the purple figure, or maybe just another amazing antagonist? Eggman could still be this purple figure, but maybe, just maybe, it is just a red herring. An epic, strong, newly designed antagonist for Bayonetta 3. This would be cool, different, and very unique for the Bayonetta series. Now, I know Jeanne was essentially the first female antagonist, but she basically became one of our secret main characters. A gorgeous battle in space between Bayonetta and whoever this would be. Now, if you do want to join our Discord, subscribe and turn on post notifications, but also do that for Instagram and Twitch, and let me know in the comments down below. I'll respond to every single one of them as fast as I can. I'm Rakunx, I'm restoring a knowledgeable universe, and bye for now.